Hello there. Let us begin. What am I talking about? We're going to be learning now the halachos needed for halachos of Shabbos, page 15 and 16, the topic of Lechem Mishna. This is like one of the things, like, you go through so much of life and you look at it and you don't know why. And also, a lot of the procedures that we do are not exactly right. Let's learn. So the topic is Lechem Mishna, which means a double portion of bread. Mishnah means to really review. So a Lechem Mishna means double portion of bread. On Shabbos, we use the mitzvah to take 2 chalas, a double portion, in other words, Lechem Mishna. Each of the 3 meals, we are supposed to, on Shabbos, have a total of 3 meals. People call this different things. They call it Sudat Shlishit, which just means third meal, which makes a lot of sense. Other people call it Shalosh Shudas, which is Yiddish for 3 meals, which is a very strange way to say it. Why would you say it as 3 meals? It's the third meal, not 3 meals. So for this, there's actually a very interesting answer. And in this answer is really a lesson you can learn for life. The explanation of why it's called 3 meals, even though it's only 1 meal, is because in that 1 meal is 3 meals. What do I mean by that? If anything, you would say it's the opposite. The third meal is very often the smallest meal. In fact, the Shulchan Aruch says you're allowed to fulfill your mitzvah, according to some opinions, even with just fruit. So if a person just eats fruit, they could be fulfilling the mitzvah. Why in that meal is it called 3 meals? The answer to this is that normally in a regular day, we have a mitzvah. We don't have a mitzvah. The normal, natural thing is to eat 2 real meals. So when you eat the first meal and you eat your third meal on Shabbos, it's still just a regular meal that you would eat on a day. You might make it nicer, but it's a meal that you would be eating. That third meal is a meal which is totally extra. And because a person eats that third meal, they are showing that all of their other meals were also in honor of Shabbos. A person's attitude towards what you do actually tells us what it is that you are doing. In other words, I could be eating a meal, or I could be eating a Shabbos meal. If I'm just eating a meal and it has food at it, it's nicer food even, but if I'm just thinking I'm eating dinner tonight, then I'm eating dinner tonight. I'm not eating a Shabbos meal. So our mindset is extraordinarily important. And that is what we're saying over here. And the third meal, has the power to make all 3 meals in honor of Shabbos. And therefore, we call it Shalosh Shudas. In any case, why do we take 2 chalas? We look around the Shabbos table, we have 2 chalas. Where does that come from? The answer to that is that we are remembering that in the desert, back when the Jews left Mitzrayim, in honor of Shabbos, a double portion of bread fell. When? On Friday. Because on Shabbos, you're not allowed to gather. You're not allowed to carry the challah. You weren't allowed to gather the challah and carry the challah. So, Hashem made it that a double portion of man fell before Shabbos. In honor of that, to remember that, we on Shabbos take 2 portions of bread, Lechem Mishna, at each of our 3 meals. We are also careful to cover our challah. Different reasons are given for that. One of the reasons is connected to the man, in that the man fell with a covering on top and a covering below. And in fact, you would say that maybe then we should have a cover below. And the truth is, it is best to do so, even though if you look around, it's very rare to see the person who has a cover below. Nonetheless, it is brought down the halacha that is the best way to do it, to have a cover, something below and above the challah, something special in honor of something clear, not just your plate, in honor of the challah. Okay, these chalos are supposed to be what's called shalem. They're supposed to be complete, uncut. So you should have 2 full chalos that are not missing any piece. However, the truth of the matter is that many people do make a cut in the challah beforehand, but the idea is that even though it's cut, it's still full. it's just cut. You're not going to cut away any piece, but you're just going to make a cut. The reason why people do this is because it helps to make, you're supposed to find that cut and continue cutting, so that there should be a very short break between the time that you make the bracha and the time that you're able to eat the challah. Because the bracha is going on the eating, you want to keep those two things as close together as possible. Now, which challah should you cut from? So we try to make a bracha. You want to make a bracha on the bigger one. You want to eat the bigger one. The truth is, the bigger one. Now, on the challah Friday night on Shabbos, you want to keep the bigger challah on the bottom, and that's the one you'll eat from. So you look at the two, find which one's bigger, and put the bigger one on bottom. Then, still, there's another detail, which very, very few people do, though it's brought down in the halacha, that a person doesn't mess up the whole thing. That's why people aren't so careful about it, but it's the best way to do it, it's the proper way to do it, is you're not supposed to pass over a mitzvah. So if the top challah is normally the top one, you're going to have to pass over it in order to get to the bottom one. So what one person should do is draw the bottom one closer. Let's say my two hands, here they are. Bring this one closer to yourself. The bottom one, the bigger one, closer to yourself. And that way, it's not considered passing over the top one. Rather, you're taking the bottom one first, the one which is closer to you. So you take that out and you continue the cut. And that is going to be the right way. Shabbos day, on the other hand, is the top challah, the bigger one, should go on top.